Federal agents clashed with protesters during an ICE raid at a Ventura County cannabis farm.
The operation at Glass House Farms near Camarillo today turned chaotic.
The LAPD says 2 nights of curfews have eased tensions with protesters, but the ICE raids on undocumented immigrants are far from over.
Federal agents responding with gas, apparent tear gas. Also, some of the protesters saying they were hit with some paintballs, rubber bullets going through.
Welcome to today's eye-opening episode where we hear from David Beer on the harsh reality behind ICE's detention tactics. David Beer, Director of Immigration Studies at the Coe Institute, will help unravel the truth behind the controversial raids that have swept across the country. From ICE's alarming arrest quotas to the disturbing rise in racial profiling, this discussion will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about immigration enforcement. As we record today's episode, President Trump and his administration continue to push extreme immigration policies. ICE is being pushed harder than ever to detain and deport anyone and everyone, regardless of their criminal record. But what's really going on behind the scenes? According to recent reports, Trump's goal was clear: target the worst of the worst, the criminals. But what ICE is actually doing might shock you. The reality is far from what was promised. Over 70% of those arrested by ICE in recent months have no criminal convictions. These non-violent individuals are being taken from their homes, workplaces, and even from the streets without warning. From large Home Depot stores to local farms, ICE is going out of their way to meet their arbitrary arrest quotas, 3,000 arrests per day. But who are they really targeting? The truth is racial profiling. Many of the people being arrested have never committed a violent crime, with only about 5% having a violent criminal conviction. ICE continues to use fear tactics to target innocent immigrants. These are people like Alma Bowman, a woman with a U.S. Navy veteran father who faces detention despite her long-term residence in the United States.
But the most important goal is to increase the number of arrests. It's quantity over quality. They're detaining people and just jamming them into cells in conditions that are totally inhumane.
Imagine being trapped in detention for months without access to basic necessities like showers, food, or even the right to a hearing. This is the grim reality for thousands of immigrants held in overcrowded private prisons. ICE continues to operate with minimal accountability, even as families like Alma's are torn apart. Even more disturbing are the tactics ICE is using to carry out these arrests. We're seeing masked officers in plain clothes driving unmarked vehicles and performing what many call kidnappings. The lack of clear identification only creates more confusion, leading to an increase in public resistance and even assaults. But there's more at stake than just law enforcement overreach. This secrecy opens the door for imposters to mimic ICE agents and terrorize immigrant communities. Across cities like Los Angeles, Border Patrol agents are pulling American citizens off the streets, asking questions like, "Where were you born?" or "Which hospital?" Immigrants and even U.S. citizens are forced to prove their citizenship on the spot, a terrifying and unconstitutional practice that continues to spread across the nation.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the Trump administration wanting to remove people without respect to that person's individual circumstances, or how long they've been in this country, or their ties to this country, or their lack of ties to any other country, or whether they might even be a U.S. citizen. The rule of law has never seemed to be so meaningless.
But the fight is not over. Across the country, activists and immigrants' rights groups are fighting back. From organizing rallies to demanding transparency, the immigrant communities are coming together to expose the truth and challenge the ICE tactics that have become commonplace under this administration. Now, more than ever, it's time to speak up. Share this video, leave your comments below, and subscribe to stay informed on the latest developments in immigration law, deportation, and the rights of immigrants in the United States. Your voice matters, and together we can stop these unjust practices.